My greedy daughter-in-law kicked me out of my late husband's mansion, calling me a useless old burden. But she didn't realize I secretly owned the corporate bank that managed the entire property's mortgage and trust fund. My name is Eleanor. For 30 years, my husband and I built a real estate empire worth over $50 million. After his sudden passing, my son married a ruthless woman named Chloe. Since I was grieving, I allowed them to move into our main luxury estate to keep me company. But the moment Chloe settled in, her true colors came out. She treated me like an invisible, useless maid in my own home, constantly complaining to my son that my presence was ruining her high society image. Yesterday morning, I walked into the grand living room and found two men throwing my personal oil paintings, my vintage books, and my clothes into large plastic trash bags. Chloe was standing there, holding a legal document, looking at me with pure arrogance. When I demanded to know what was happening, she laughed in my face. "Eleanor, you are just a useless old burden now," she sneered. "I've legally transferred the house registration under my name. Your bags are packed. Get out of my mansion." I turned to my son, expecting him to defend the mother who raised him, but he just stared at his phone, too cowardly to look me in the eye. Chloe stepped closer, tossing my car keys onto the floor. "Don't bother looking at him, old woman. You have no power here anymore. This multi-million-dollar estate belongs to me now, and you are officially evicted." My heart shattered looking at my son, but then a freezing wave of realization washed over me. I looked at Chloe's smug face and smiled. I didn't yell, I didn't cry, and I didn't beg them to let me stay. I slowly bent down, picked up my car keys from the floor, and looked Chloe straight in the eyes. "You are right, Chloe," I said, my voice completely calm and smooth. "You played your cards very well. If you want this mansion so badly, it is all yours. I will leave peacefully right now." Chloe laughed loudly, thinking she had completely broken my spirit and won the ultimate prize. As I reached the grand wooden front door, I stopped and turned around. Chloe was already posing for a selfie in the living room. "Oh, Chloe, there is just one tiny detail you forgot to check in your greed," I said softly, making her freeze. "You managed to trick my son into signing the house registration over to you. But what you didn't realize is that this entire mansion was financed through a private corporate bank, and the $10 million mortgage is controlled entirely by their executive board." Chloe's smile vanished and she frowned. "So what? We will just pay the bank," she snapped. I let out a sharp laugh that echoed through the hallways. "You can't, dear, because I am the primary shareholder and owner of that corporate bank. 5 minutes ago, from my phone, I canceled the property's credit line and ordered an immediate foreclosure. You wanted my mansion so badly. Well, you better start unpacking your luxury dresses because my security team is arriving to repossess this entire estate at exactly 9 tomorrow morning." I stepped into my luxury car and drove away, leaving my greedy daughter-in-law screaming in absolute financial ruin.